From the National Weather Service in Gaylord, Michigan, this is a special hazardous weather briefing for the severe weather potential this afternoon and tonight across northern lower Michigan, as well as a recap of the windy and wintry weather we expect later on tonight into the day on Monday. This was updated Sunday, November 17th at around 2:15 p.m. The main aspects of this briefing will focus on the severe weather potential across northern lower Michigan this afternoon and this evening, specifically between the 3 p.m. to 8 p.m. time frame. The Storm Prediction Center has issued a tornado watch for all of northern lower Michigan as atmospheric conditions are becoming at least increasingly favorable for tornadic development. The best threat will be down towards Saginaw Bay and generally along and south of the M55 corridor. A much more substantial threat exists for tornadoes across southern lower Michigan and even further to the south across parts of Indiana, Ohio, and Illinois. Most places up here, the main severe weather threat will be damaging winds. Now, in addition to the thunderstorm-related wind gusts, we will also be dealing with the traditional system or synoptic type of wind gusts as the system departs across all of northern Michigan tonight through Monday. 40 to 50 mile per hour gusts will be commonplace, with gusts to 60 miles per hour possible. We do have high wind warnings in effect for this time, and the strong winds will lend itself to at least scattered tree and power lines, scattered tree damage with power outages, with driving high profile vehicles certainly difficult. Further hampering travel with the strong winds will be lake effect snows for the traditional snowbelt regions. With all that wind, it will also lead to some serious blowing and drifting snow late tonight into tomorrow as colder air filters in. The current weather map shows a rather serious severe weather situation now underway across parts of southeast Wisconsin and parts of Illinois at this time, as a powerful low begins to ramp up and head this way. And our threat of severe weather will increase once we get into later this afternoon and early evening as this system moves to the northeast, helping to draw increasingly unstable air into the area. The Storm Prediction Center has widespread tornado watches out across, again, southeast Wisconsin, much of Illinois, and into the mid-Mississippi Valley, extending eastward across far western Ohio, much of Indiana, and of course, all of lower Michigan. Recapping the greatest threats here, again, the main concern right now, of course, is going to be mainly the southern half of lower Michigan, with even a more substantial threat across far southern lower Michigan, across much of Indiana and Illinois, where a tornado outbreak is expected to be ongoing through this afternoon. However, we do have at least the threat for tornadic development up here on more of an isolated basis, with the main threat being damaging winds, as you can see in the graphics below. Now a quick recap with the accumulation forecast. Again, they will be limited to the traditional snow belts, with a general 2 to 4 inches of snow expected for Chippewa County and eastern upper, and across maybe an inch or so, possibly 2 across the higher terrain of northern lower Michigan. Again, it's not so much the snow accumulation we are concerned of, it is going to be the strong winds gusting again 40 to 50, maybe possibly up to 60 miles per hour, blowing and drifting the snow around and substantially reducing the visibilities. So that is where we are right now in terms of the hazardous weather situation. Thank you for listening in. Again, we strongly encourage you to follow us here at the National Weather Service, NOAA Weather Radio, or local media for any severe weather warnings that are issued later on this afternoon and into this evening. And feel free to send us reports or questions via Facebook and Twitter.